Hello, my name is Jon Verda, and this is my presentation on colonial colleges. Just a brief overview of what we'll talk about. We'll go into colonial statistics, the English and religious influence, admissions and curriculum, and what has stood the test of time, what influences from colonial colleges are still with us. Just a quick thought. Yale, Brown, Harvard, all colonial colleges, all still with us. These colleges have influenced how we see college and what we think college is and what the experience should be. The idea of what a campus should look like. If we closed our eyes, we would probably imagine something a lot like what you'd find at Harvard or Yale. Let's take a look at the statistics. In 1700, the population of the U.S. was 2,500 people. By 1789, when we signed our Constitution, we had almost 4 million. Same kind of change when you look at the students enrolled. Though the numbers are smaller, the percentages are significant. 150 enrolled in 1700 in the latter part of the century, up to 1,000. For a lot of people, college was not an option, and for really a couple different reasons. One, college really didn't do anything for your career. If you were a tradesman or a farmer, college was not going to help you in that role. And then for other families that had sons or daughters they wanted to send to college, the cost was incredible. So 4 years was quite a commitment, and for a lot of people, they were priced out of college. And as it says here, 1 in 1,000 colonists had been to college. The main influences come from the University of Oxford and Cambridge. They gave us the model, a model that Emmanuel College was the first college to really use. They were the prototype for the English American College, influencing even Harvard. And then, not only was the English influence in the model, but in the language. So things like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, those terms come from the University of Oxford and Cambridge. The regalia at graduation, the ceremony, that is all part of the English influence. At a college like William and Mary, 8 of the 13 faculty in the mid part of the 17th century, or the mid part, 1729 to 1757, were Oxford men. So what influenced it? What part of culture influenced college? It was really the religious role. The Bible was for a lot of people the only book they had, the only book they've read, or the only book that was read to them. This influenced the development of colleges. The Bible was very important to everyone. In some Christian colleges, they would train their clergy to be very literate so that they would read even more than the Bible. The clergy were thought of as a main way that knowledge was passed through generations. At some of these Christian influenced colleges, they would also teach things like logic, mathematics, and they would teach the common man a lot like they did at Cambridge and at Oxford. Puritans, Presbyterians, Anglicans, other denominations like that used more of a medieval influence. They didn't really see a separation between God and intellect. God was knowledge. So there was more of a focus on that in those institutions. 8 of our 9 pre-revolutionary colleges or colonial colleges owe, at least in some part, their creation to Christianity. So again, we can see the importance of religion as an influencer. Admissions, well, you needed to know the classics, Latin and Greek. For the most part, it would be an oral examination. And in places like Harvard, you would also have a written exam. Exams would be in the spring and entrance in the fall. It got to the point where grammar schools would actually teach their students with a focus on Latin and Greek so they'd be better prepared for their college exams. In the curriculum, again, just like the exams, a focus on the classic languages of Greek and Latin. In addition, they would teach Aramaic, ethics, divinity, mathematics. It was all about creating a better citizen for society. So what stayed with us? Well, some of these universities have. Yale, Harvard, Brown, and Dartmouth have stood the test of time. College still represents a significant cost to families, just like it did in colonial times. Tuition is still a hot button issue. The English influence can still be felt in a lot of our regalia and a lot of our ceremony and a lot of our language that we use at colleges. And grammar and secondary education currently still teach towards college admission. We teach towards the SATs. We teach to pass our standardized tests. And finally, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, please email me. Have a wonderful day.